on the next episode of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
PCA 2024. It's Vegas time, baby. So up first, we're going to be talking about the CAOs that came out at PCA. That was our first to come up today with their new release, the Fossil line. Yeah! The Soul and the Noche. I'll be sharing what they say about these and give you the wrapper, binder, filler, and then we'll rate them.
As the only retailer here, there's something I think we should point out.
Yeah?
I don't know if your rating system takes into account the price of the cigar. For me, that's a big part of the rating system.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I think if you get an excellent $7 cigar, it's equivalent to an excellent $20 cigar. But
sure.
It's the same but different. So
We'll be right back after this break.
Brought to you almost live from the Dude in the Basement Studios. Why? Because that's where the good stuff is. It's Sips, Suds, and Smokes with your smokin' host, the good old boys. Hey man, got a light? It's time for Smokes.
Welcome to the Smokes episode where everything good in life is worth discussing. We got some new people on our table with us today. I want to introduce to you guys good old boy Stump.
hello.
And good old boy Rich.
Here, present.
And back on the mic is good old boy Benjamin.
Check, checkity, check.
And I'm your host, good old boy Barger. Today we are the best thing on at 2 a.m. right before that infomercial about that thing you totally need. And just after that weird conversation with that one aunt before she falls asleep on the couch.
Love those.
Come on, we know what you're talking about.
Huh?
As you know, well, I hope you know, our smoke segments are all about cigars and, well, anything that's smoked. And for today's segment, drumroll please. PCA 2024. It's Vegas time, baby. So strap on and hang in tight. We're going to have fun today, but don't worry. If you miss anything, you can download the full episode online wherever you get your podcast. But before we dive into the shallow end of the pool, remember the buddy system.
Lars, shouldn't you be watching the kids?
Oh, don't worry, I have them on the body system.
Body system?
Yeah, have a look. Buddy! Buddy! Buddy!
Still one of my all-time favorite movies. If you haven't seen it, you should. But anyway, where's your helmet at today, folks?
What is it?
It's Heavyweights. Have you never seen it? Oh, It's one of Ben Stiller's best movies.
Watch it today.
Watch it today. It's about a fat camp.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll fit right in.
I was still thinking about the strap-on part.
Right. Well, we'll just gloss over that. If you are a cigar newbie, fret not. We got you covered in our Cigar 101 episode, where all this cigar speak will be decoded. So search for Sips, Suds, and Smokes Cigar 101, and that episode should pop right up for you in our link in our show notes. So good old boy Rich gets the honors today of going over our smokes ratings.
Oh, that's me, yes.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you.
So we'll be smoking and discussing these cigars and rating them with our Sips, Suds, and Smokes rating, plus our signature sounds. Here are the ratings now. Smokes rating 1. This sucked even before it was lit.
Also Mike's favorite rating.
Smokes rating number 2. Well, at least I lit it. Yes. Smokes rating number 3. I'd smoke this one again. Smokes rating number 4. How much do you want for them? And
Magnificent.
Yes, there it is. And the coveted Smokes rating number 5. Where are they? I need a box.
Yeah, that ever coveted 5 rating for sure.
I like calling the one just the mic.
Yeah, we should just do that.
Yeah, it's just
the mic rating.
Yeah,
the good old boy Mike. Well, this is our Smokes rating number 1. Yeah.
I think that sucks.
We're missing him today. He's gallivanting around. Oh wait, he's sitting right here beside me. My bad. He's on the 1s and 2s today. Thanks for coming with us, Mike. So up first, we're going to be talking about the CAOs that came out at PCA. That was our first to come up today with their new release, the Fossa line. Yeah! The Soul and the Noche. I'll be sharing what they say about these and give you the wrapper, binder, filler, and then we'll rate them. So over the Soul, even the Fossa Soul makes up 1/2 of the Fossa line. This complex blend offers a full smoking experience, highlighted in the Honduran Alanco. Is that right? Alancho? Yeah, I'm horrible at that. San Agustin wrapper. The Fossa Soul delivers pleasant, earthy, and cinnamon notes when combined with the complexity and subtle spices of the filler. Fossa Soul is an extremely complex cigar with depths and flavor interwoven for a smoking experience ideal for sophisticated smokers' daytime enjoyment. Not the nighttime, just the daytime. Its fillers are Dominican Paludo Cubano, Nicaraguan Jalapa, Nicaraguan Esteli, Nicaraguan Condega. The binder is a Cameroon, and the wrapper is a Honduran OSA Soul wrapper. What'd you guys think about that?
Well,
yeah.
May I?
Yeah, please.
As the only retailer here, there's something I think we should point out.
Yeah?
I don't know if your rating system takes into account the price of the cigar. For me, that's a big part of the rating system.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I think if you get an excellent $7 cigar, it's equivalent to an excellent $20 cigar. But
sure.
It's the same but different. So for me, the cigar is really good for the price point.
Absolutely, I agree.
So to me, that's a big deal, and it's something that, as a retailer, I've been arguing about. CAO, back in the day, classically, historically, was providing very budget-conscious, friendly cigars.
Yep.
And through inflation,
sure.
as with all companies, the prices have gotten more and more. And I've addressed that directly, and they said, there's something coming at the show.
And it came.
So I think for the price point, it's fantastic.
I absolutely enjoyed this cigar. And it really brought me personally back to a time where the blending and the leaves that were used in the older CAO lines, it really brought me back to that point. Like the flavor, the complexity overall, the burn, the consistency of it. It was just, I really enjoyed this cigar.
Well, even as a consumer, wholeheartedly, right? Price point is one of the top 3 things that I'm looking at, when I'm buying a cigar. And it, obviously directly correlates to the value of it. And I am absolutely on board for something that if I can find, that $7 daily smoker, right? That is not going to miss.
Yeah.
It's got everything that you want out of a great smoke, and it's $7.
Yeah, it comes
Sign
in like
me up again and again and again.
Toro's like $6.99.
Right.
Gordo's $7.99.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now they also their new box setup is very much market friendly. With the new box design that they have that is able to fit on any size shelf and display the product, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. You slide the things off and it lifts it at an angle.
And there's like different angles you can put it on
it's
depending on your
the first box
shelf.
I've ever seen designed that way. So apparently there's more of that stuff coming.
So it was,
cool.
I thoroughly liked it. Did you get a chance to smoke it?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not
okay.
yet.
Well,
I'm looking forward to it though.
Let's give it a rating here and let's see what we think about it. All right, we'll go with a CAO, a rating of 4. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Magnificent.
And I will be going back for more. All right, now the Noche, the CAO Noche, which is the second rendition in the Fossa line. And they say the other half of the Fossa lineup, Fossa Noche, contrast the smooth and spicy of Fossa Sol with bigger, bolder, and deeper flavors. Since the two share the same binder and filler tobaccos, that noticeable difference comes from the incredible U.S. broadleaf Oscuro grown in the Connecticut River Valley. This standout tobacco leaf offers high rich depth and power that, when paired by the shared blend, makes a completely unique smoking experience. I did not put the binder filler wrapper, but it's the same binder filler. So the binder and filler is a Dominican Peludo Cubano, Nicaraguan Jalapa, Nicaraguan Esteli, Nicaraguan Condega filler. Their binder is a Cameroon, and that wrapper is going to be that Connecticut River Valley. So what did you guys, have you guys had a chance to smoke that one? I know I enjoyed that one.
I mean, the Noche just comes across earthier. Just a little earthier, a little dirtier.
Yeah, it's got a little more of that soil rich in it.
Yeah. Whereas the Sol, you're gonna give that to the person who likes a lighter smoke.
Yeah, like a newbie kind of, but also someone that likes flavor, because it's full of flavor.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely just like that juxtaposition of the wrappers, right? The Sol is going to have more of those kind of tea flavors, a little bit more creamy, a little bit lighter, whereas that Oscuro coming through definitely drives a lot of that earthy tones. You get a little bit more of that minerality push there.
Yeah.
And I think that really, it's one of those smokes that's fun because you have the same baseline and you get to really experience how much the wrapper gives to the cigar.
Yeah,
right?
I really like that. It was a darker Connecticut wrapper on it too.
Right.
And it was very fantastically blended with that Cameroon. I enjoyed it. What's our rating on that? We're going to go with a 4. Now, up next,
magnificent.
Good old boy Stump is going to tell us about the Artista cigar Falu.
All right. The Falu is a novel approach to blending tobaccos, representing years of sourcing and development to bring you our best work. Isn't that good? Artista Falu is so named for the red... Right. Thanks, Rich.
You got to get them glasses on, bro.
Well, you didn't tell me I had to read crap.
Surprise.
So named for the red barns of Northern Europe and the United States that stand out in rich contrast to their pastoral surroundings. Falu features a toothy and rich broadleaf wrapper sourced from generations of old family farm. For the binder, we selected Indonesian leaf, which adds a touch of sweetness with the filler blend that balances flavor and strength. Indonesian, Sumatra, binder, Dominican, filler, and a broadleaf wrapper.
What'd you guys think of that?
I loved it.
I absolutely
loved it. It was great. I'm not sure what toothy means, but
toothy's kind of
like it has a bite to it.
Kind of in the tooth,
different terminologies for this, and we'll talk about it in small group later. Artista Cigar Falu, we're going to give our rating for that. What do you guys give that rating? It's a roundabout 4s.
We're just all over the place.
Magnificent.
So up next, we're going to talk about Quesada's 50th anniversary cigar.
Quesada.
I was going to say
Quesada.
Quesada.
Yeah, I'm really bad with this pronunciation things. I don't know how they give me this job.
Quesada 50th.
Yeah, but Rich is going to go over that. Rich, why don't you tell us about that?
Well, not much information could be found about this cigar, but a few quotes and leaf information. But in my opinion, this is another 10 years making 50th anniversary cigars, one for the books. It's a 6 1/4 by 56 Toro Presenado wrapper. It's an Ecuadorian Habano. Binder is Nicaraguan. Fillers, Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Peruvian. Nicaraguan. The origin is Dominican Republic.
So, who's got an opportunity to smoke this one?
Yeah, I smoked it.
I smoked it. What'd you think?
Well, I liked it. I think the first half, it was it came
toothy.
off. Yeah, a little toothy.
Nice.
But definitely sat down in the second half. Really good. Was smoked it all the way to the end, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
I didn't get to smoke the 50th anniversary, but I've had some Quesadas before, and this is one of those cigars that if I see it in a humidor, like I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
I have yet to have a bad experience with this brand, and so it's one of those things where if I have the opportunity, I'm going to give it a light for sure.
Absolutely. I've had a lot of luck with Quesada's cigars. Their Heisenberg is one of my top 10 cigars.
Heisenberg.
It is so good. They only released it once, and if anyone out there is listening and you can get them, let me know because I'll buy them. But what are we going to rate this guy? That's a 4 across the board.
Consistent. Yes.
Magnificent.
I always forget that he says that at the end of that rating. I'm going to have to train myself.
We can tell.
Yeah, I know. It's my fault.
You'll hear it about 25 more times.
Yeah, it's fine. So, up next is the League of Fat Bastards, Series L.
What'd you call me?
League of Fat Bastards.
Oh, okay. They should have done Liga.
So
Fat Bastards, right?
I actually had an opportunity to speak with Adam Levine, which is their spokesperson that they had at the PCA, and he was awesome Australian guy. I called him a Kiwi at first, and he was like, "What, mate?" And I was like, "Whoa, now."
He didn't like that.
I was like, "I'm just trying to guess where you're coming from," but we had a good conversation, and it was all good after that. But he handed us the Robusto that there is their Series L, which is what we're going to be talking about. And their notes are, it's a creamy, earthy Series L cigar. Feels like leather, cacao, and a solid good times. They have an intriguing undercurrent of spiciness, so you don't easily forget about them. Our premium cigars are genuine, like a homie who splits facts straight to your face. Spits, not splits.
About
Spits.
spit on this mic.
Like a homie that tells you like it is. Like, hey, stop being a dick.
That's right.
Yeah. They're approachable like the dude you would instantly click with. They are sweet because all bastards are, after all. I didn't get a whole lot of their information on the binder filler wrapper, but I know it's a Nicaraguan Puro. I actually really enjoyed this cigar, and I know that only 2 of us have smoked it here because that's all we had.
Yep.
But what did you think about this cigar?
I liked it okay. I felt that the blend was a little off. They said, that it had like this woody sweet balance, and I didn't really feel like the woody sweet balance was there.
Really?
I think, it was a little bit of sweet, but I could taste more of the wood than anything.
See, I didn't get the sweet hints. I got the woody, very earthy tones, very much. This is very much a Nicaraguan Puro.
Yes.
And I love a Nicaraguan Puro, and this cigar had me at hello.
Gotcha.
Like, I really enjoyed this cigar to the point where I'm going to be purchasing some myself.
I definitely smoke it again, but I don't know that it's something that I'll 100% choose over something else.
Now, one of the things that's interesting about this company is that they are all about men's mental health, which I guess we all should be, even though that we say, we don't care sometimes about other people, but 40% of their proceeds go to men's mental health.
Yeah. No, and I love that. And the guy was 100% real with everybody that he met.
Absolutely.
It was, he wears it on his sleeve for sure. He's very passionate.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are we gonna give it here? Well, we're gonna give it a 4. Up next,
Magnificent
has been
You always
jamming.
forget. Magnificent.
I know. I always forget. Did I forget that time?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Another one.
All right. Up next is the Warfighter 50 cal. Benjamin, tell us about that.
Bolder than the rest of the field, has spice, but also hints of cocoa or coffee and cacao.
Cacao?
Sorry.
Yeah, you always miss that, right?
Having a bit of the Bargers over here.
Yeah, right?
Finishes milder on the palate than it starts, with more leather and wood. Handmade in Esteli, Nicaragua. Wrapper is Habano Maduro. Binder is Habano. Filler Habano Ometepe, Nicaragua. Habano Alapa, Nica, Colombia. So it looks to be pretty much Nicaraguan through and through. So Puro here.
Yeah.
Right. And this is one of the cigars, also from PCA, that I haven't had the chance to smoke yet. But looks like it'll be super tasty. I'm into Nicaraguan Puros.
We will actually be doing a full line episode with them. I've talked to them, and they're on board to do us an episode. So we're going to be having some more of that in the future. What I really enjoy about this brand as itself is they are 100% veteran owned and operated. And they were actually, half of them were stationed down here in Fort Campbell.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So they are, we're trying to work out a time to get them to come down here live and maybe hit the range with them.
That'd be super cool. The other thing is, just from a purely aesthetic point of view, love the branding for this, right? Also, you think about any type of like military kind of movie, there's always some guy hanging out with a cigar in his face,
Lieutenant Dan.
And the opportunity to kind of tie those two things together, I think is super cool. I've always enjoyed, there's a couple of retailers around that do like a donation box where you can like pick up sticks out of the humidor.
That's usually Cigar for Warriors.
And then, they ship them overseas, which is super cool.
Which is an awesome thing to do for retailers. What do you guys think? Did you guys have a chance to smoke it?
Yeah, I smoked it. I really like this one. I smoked a couple of the Warfighters. This one, I think, was a little bit superior to some of the other ones I smoked. I still have some left, so looking forward to seeing how they are. But this one I like because it really seemed consistent throughout. When I was smoking it, I think that's important.
Yeah,
and when you get down, especially when you get down towards the end, you can tell that this one was blended so it would kind of lighten up a little bit,
right?
So it wouldn't kind of get too harsh.
Josh,
we're good.
Well, okay. It also, just from like a packaging standpoint too, right? It's got like that little peaking candela at the end, right before the tip. And I think that's super cool because if you're newer to cigars, you may not know kind of where the line is to clip, right? And they kind of put a guide there with that candela leaf at the back.
How much candela would you say is in that cigar?
Probably not much.
Yeah. I just freaking hate candela as a whole. Now, some people love it. I don't even want it close to my body parts. I just don't like it. I don't like candela. So, but yes, a guide for cutting is nice.
Yeah. And also, you're probably not going to smoke it down that far, right? And I feel the same way about
love
candela.
It or hate it.
And I think that's 100% true.
Yeah, I absolutely, like I said, I enjoyed this cigar, and I've smoked a few of their cigars recently, and what they've got going on, I support that for sure. So we'll give that a rating. So we're going to give that a 5. It's first 5 of the day.
Wow, 5.
Opposed to what Josh thinks here.
Well, we got a 5. Rich said it was pretty okay.
Pretty good. No, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
well done.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Let's go with the Espinosa.
All right, that's mine.
Chef Special. That's you, Stump.
Espinosa Chef Special. The Chef Special is a yearly release. It is also limited, I must say, to certain retailers. It is a 10-count box. The other interesting thing is that it's a figurado. It only comes in one size. It's a box press figurado, and filler and binder is from Nicaragua. So what do I think about it?
Yeah.
Superior.
Really?
Dude, it's amazing.
Yeah?
So for you guys who don't know, it's part of the Knuckle Sandwich family, which is Guy Fieri's thing through Espinosa.
Yeah.
And again, I tend to stay very far away from celebrity endorsed anything because most of the time they're trash. So even though I had a relationship with Espinosa, I was very much against bringing in anything in the Knuckle Sandwich line.
Yeah.
I have never had a bad one.
Same.
I agree.
Same.
And honestly, that line has catapulted Espinosa into one of my favorite all-time brands. I also know that the money towards the entire line goes into Guy Fieri's nonprofit, which was instrumental during COVID when restaurants were shut down. So he does a lot of educational work and servers and chefs.
Yeah.
So he actually, the dude's got more money than God, so he doesn't need the money.
Sure.
And he knows that, so he gives it away, which I think is pretty cool, and I can get behind it. Also, I didn't put this down.
Uh-oh.
I'm a fanboy on this guy. But I didn't put this down because technically it was released before the show, but every year he puts out a Maduro that is his birthday cigar. So this year was the 56 it's like, it's up there, man, for me. I smoke a lot.
All right. Well, you'll have to get us some.
It's in the top, probably top 3 cigars right now that I've smoked.
Did you get to meet Guy?
I have met him.
Been to Flavortown?
I've been to
Boom. Flavortown.
I tried very hard not to because, again, you know, living in Nashville,
Don't
we're
meet your
around
heroes?
celebrities.
All day.
No, you never meet your heroes?
I've honestly never seen anything that he's done on television, so I didn't know.
What?
I
haven't either, for that matter.
I've never been to Burgertown or Flavortown or whatever.
Yeah, Burgertown. I think that was a game.
But here's the thing. Again, you're talking about Espinosa. You're talking about Eric Espinosa.
Great
He's a
cigars.
great talent.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, Guy didn't blend these things, but he obviously had an opinion on them, and they're phenomenal. So, yes, get the chef special.
I agree with that. I've loved all of the line, and I'm not a big celebrity guy either, but I think the line, all the chef's specials that he's done so far have all been winners in my book. I've liked all of them. And Espinosa, man, even with the the La Bamba, the 601s, like
the Warhead just came out.
The Warhead just came out. Like the I love his characteristics of spice that he puts in all of the cigars from the leaves. I think that really speaks to me about Flavortown. Flavortown. I love spicy cigars.
Well, good on him too for not just running to the bank when Guy Fieri came calling.
Yeah.
You know, solid effort from Espinosa to put out something that is
quality, tasty.
I couldn't echo what you're saying more, right? I approached this with caution. The first time I ever saw a knuckle sandwich, you know, I honestly kind of hated the brand, and I was like, okay, I get it, knuckle sandwich, whatever, right? And then you light this thing up, and you go, oh, okay,
knuckle sandwich,
word,
what's up?
I'll pick one up for the way home. Like this is, and honestly, turned me on to the rest of their products too.
Yeah, absolutely, Rich.
I haven't had this particular one. I did have the knuckle sandwich, which was pretty good, but
well, this one will be coming out, I think within the next month or so, to selected retailers. So if you need a retailer, let me know.
Yeah, if I knew a good retailer,
if we know a good retail shop,
am I allowed to say where you could buy the cigar in the future?
We kind of shy from that, but you know that's okay.
Well, you know what,
local Nashville,
last podcast.
Local, yeah. We just try not to have bias about people because there's a lot of shops, man.
Yeah.
Pick what you like. Shops. You know, we definitely support your shop 100%.
Yeah. Well, call around to all the shops in Nashville and see which one has the chef special.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Well, all right. Well, let's give it a rating, boys. What do we got? We're going to go 5s across the board. And we will take a box anytime Espinosa wants to send us one. So up next, we've got the Foundation, which is the new blend of Foundation Wiseman.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as El Huense.
Oh, my gosh. We actually had a time, me and Rich had a chance to speak with Nick at PCA, and that episode, that little short is up on Instagram. If you guys go check out, follow us on Instagram, you can see interviews that we did with all these people we're talking about.
Little reel action.
Little reel. What's up? Hey.
So Foundation, this is the new Wiseman. According to Ethiopian lore, the Queen of Sheba visited King Solomon in Jerusalem, and their union bore Menelik, the wise man. This tale of heritage, wisdom, and cultural richness forms the essence of the Wise Man cigar line. We've blended tradition and innovation to create an experience that is a testament to our dedication to the art of cigar making. Crafted with the utmost precision and expertise, this exceptional cigar embodies the historical tapestry that has influenced Foundation Cigars Company's commitment to excellence. So the new Wiseman, this is the red label, it's the Corojo. Filler Esteli Condega and Jalapa, binder Esteli and Jalapa, wrapper San Andreas.
Big fan.
Big fan. I've fanboy over Foundation.
Big fan.
Ever since it was one of those things. So like the beginning of my cigar smoking experience is with my old man. And he's very heavy into like a handful of brands, and that's all he smokes. Mm-hmm. Nobody else can make a cigar except for these 5 brands, right?
Yeah.
Because he's been smoking cigars for a long time. So he's gone through the journey, right? And these are kind of where he landed. And so every time I would go into a new humidor, I would ask, kind of point me in a new direction. Yeah. This is what I've had. Help me find something new.
Right.
And it was at a local retailer that our homies at Smokers.
Yep.
Were like, Foundation.
Yep.
Check this out. Right. And good old boy Nate.
Nader Salad
is definitely the person that pointed me in that direction, and it has not let me down since.
Yeah, Nader Salad's got a good palate.
Yeah, and so
miss him today. Wished he could have been here.
Was excited about having this rebrand and checking it out.
So, have you guys had a chance to smoke these?
I just had one today. I've smoked many of them.
Yeah,
I will tell you, as a big Foundation fan as well. The line I did not like that much was the Wiseman, the classic Wiseman.
Like the El Gawaisi or however you say that. Who wins it?
And it was not that they were bad. They were actually good, great cigars. But again, like you would compare something that's $7, I'm also comparing Foundation to other Foundation products.
Sure,
so
fair.
When you're comparing it to other Foundations, it came in at the bottom. Doesn't mean it was bad, because Foundation as a whole is excellent. This here, though, for me, actually I think the cigar is much closer to the bang that you get with a Tabernacle.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and you just didn't get that feel with the old blend of Wiseman.
Yeah, no, I loved the old Wiseman because, you know, when they first released, I was smoking a bunch of them. So I'm kind of a little biased in that area. But this new blend of the red label and the blue label, man, just really knocked it out of the park. What do you think?
Well, I really enjoyed the cigar. I think the thing that impresses me, though, is, you know, meeting the people. And I know we're not talking about them, but man, the stories were just amazing.
Yeah.
Just kind of how they come up with these blends and, you know, the history behind it. And they're putting history out there. And
yeah, that
which
dude,
was pretty amazing.
If you've ever got a chance to talk to him, is a massive history buff.
It's unbelievable.
And to the point where he's even he carries the title of Knight Commander from the King of Ethiopia, which is crazy. He was telling us a story, but we're going to go over the rating for the Foundation, the Wiseman, the new blend, the red label. Let's just go ahead and throw up our hands and see what we got. That's going to be a 5 for us.
It also seems, just if I may,
please.
A final point there. It seems like it is also like going to be an expansion of kind of like their baseline. It seems like it's being produced to be something that's a little bit more consistently available in the market, where I felt like the original Wiseman was like a special release kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I dig it being, you know, something that's going to
There's also a natural version of that cigar.
Yeah,
there's
so
2 blends.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. The blue label.
They're both bangers.
Yeah, they're both bangers for sure.
Sorry, did you talk about that earlier?
Yeah, we did.
I missed it.
That's okay. You don't listen to me when I talk. It's fine. So what I think is great is that, you know, they actually have moved from getting tobacco from a certain facility to a new certain facility, which is why they reblended on that cigar to keep it consistent. But man, if you get a chance, go out to your local stores and get them, because they are bangers for sure. Up next, I'm going to talk about the Peter James Emergence by Luciano. Now, they say genuine luxury transcends the mere acquisition of high-priced items and ventures into the realm of authentic, enriching experiences that resonate with the essence of real beauty in its most complete form. It's found in moments and experiences that bring us closer to the core of what it means to fully live. It could be the tranquility of meticulously designed garden that offers sanctuary from the hustle of everyday life, the profound depth, the piece of art that speaks to the soul. The complex flavors of a cigar tell the story of the origin, cultivation, and journey to be smoked. In this experiences that luxury reveals the true face. The face is not marred by superficial need for display, but illuminated by the joy of authenticity, craftsmanship, and connection. And that's a direct quote from Luciano Morales, president of Luciano Cigars. The filler is Nicaraguan, Dominican, Piloto Cuban, and U.S. tobaccos. The binder is Brazilian Matafina. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Corona Hybrid Visa, which is known for its volcanic enriched soil, which is the Brettanomyces stuff you were talking about?
Diatomaceous
Yeah,
earth.
that's what I was saying. That's what I said. Now, I think I'm the only one at this table that has had the chance to smoke this cigar.
Way to set up a solo, Barger.
I'm sorry, boys. I thought this cigar was an absolute banger. And I'm very biased sometimes. But in this, I had nowhere to be biased from. They were kind of reluctant in giving this one. And when they did, I thanked them, and, we'll talk about it in a small group later, which is what we're doing. And I smoked this cigar, and I wanted to smoke as many of them as I could. I absolutely love this cigar. So I'm going to say a rating, and these guys will probably disagree with me, but I'm gonna give this cigar a 5.
How much does that retail for?
That being said, most people are not going to go out and buy these cigars. They retail about $60 to $65 a cigar.
That's why they didn't give me
I
one.
personally would not.
I wish to register a complete.
So personally, I would not pay that much for a cigar, period.
I think it sucks.
I think that sucks. I think it sucks.
But this cigar was worth it, I think. It's just my opinion. We all know what opinions are like.
So, yeah, but it's also one of those things, too, where, you have a cigar manufacturer partner with a luxury products producer.
Yeah.
Right? And
they're scaling to the upper class.
Sure.
That's why we didn't get one.
That's right.
Right.
Our names are Good Old Boy.
Here is the warmth of thickly cushioned contour seats, available even in fine Corinthian leather.
Yeah, and they all come in their own little box, their own little everything. And actually, what I think is cool about the cigar box themselves is they're gold and white, and their boxes, they actually, in the box, it's a 10-count box, they have one cigar that's wrapped in paper in the box. And the reason that they did that was because they like to say, you want to share these cigars with somebody. So they give you one that's wrapped that you can give to share with someone.
That makes sense.
It looks like lip gloss comes in that box.
Every cigar I've had wrapped in paper has been a winner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought my wife something from Sephora that came in this exact same box.
It does kind of look
Are you
like
sure
that.
it wasn't Elf?
I get it, man. But I think the other thing is too is, one of the things that I like the most about cigars is
cardboard. I thought it was made out of something fancy.
Opportunity to share, right, and the brotherhood of the leaf, and this just seems
everything's ready to be shared, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Not everything.
So up next, we got the Wildfire, the Hook. Rich is going to go over that for us.
All right, Wildfire, the Hook.
Get stoked.
The Hook.
Yeah, boy.
All righty. The Hook. Wildfire Cigar Company founder Jeremy McDonald explained, this series plays like a song. The first was the intro to grab your attention. And now we are at the hook, something memorable that you can sing along to. This cigar was designed to be very approachable smoking experience for the novice to experienced palate with a pleasant and memorable finish. Wrapper is Honduran. Some word.
It's Honduran.
Honduran. Can you read? You got your reader?
No, there's... Yamastron.
Oh, see, there it is.
The binder, Ecuadorian Connecticut. Filler is Nicaraguan Esteli.
Oh, man.
Say that.
Jalapa. It's
yes.
Jam Strand and Jalapa.
Jalapa. I am from
That's how they
Pegram,
say
so.
it. Yeah, well, we can tell. We can tell.
Cheatham County, baby.
You can't beat them, cheat them.
That's right. You can't
Well,
beat 'em, cheat.
we like to call it Freedom County out there. Let's just let you know that.
It cost $1.05.
If that is not the sound effect for Cheatham County.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
I love this cigar. I have to say I loved it. I did smoke, let's see here. I did smoke the intro, and I felt like the Hook was far superior.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. This is one of those cigars that I could just smoke every day. Definitely the taste, the structure, consistency for me is just kind of hit.
The mouthfeel.
Yes.
Actually, if you want to have a good laugh, you just need to go to Wildfire's social media and look at every single thing they post.
100%.
It's fantastic. It's so countercultural to the cigar industry, which I love.
Or watch the interview with me and Jeremy at this year's PCA.
I was also going to say, if you want to know
on Instagram
how we feel about Wildfire Cigars, we did a takeover episode.
We did.
Couldn't be any bigger fans of Jeremy and what he's doing in the cigar industry. What a cool dude to hang out with as well.
Yeah.
And I have yet to have a Wildfire cigar that missed as well. This kid is incredible.
Doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it. And he was actually my first chats episode I did, which you can find that on anywhere you can find our podcast. It's up there. Just check it out. Well, I think it's called something at Bear Camp or whatever. What was it called again? Yeah, I don't remember. It's on there, but it's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of bears involved with anything that Jeremy does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy's great. Everything he's put out, I feel, has been really excellent. And starting out as a mega fan of boutiques and super boutique stuff, honestly, boutique market to some extent has gone down the toilet for me lately. And so guys like Wildfire make me want to fight to help him be successful because he is excellent. He is doing amazing things.
That episode's called Attention Campers. I was way off.
Yep.
You were just thinking about like the graphic that came up with it, and
Attention Campers, slap the bass. I'm being, I'm being told from the sidelines. Thanks, Mike, for doing that.
Thanks, Mike.
So what do we got for a rating here, boys? That's a 5 across the board.
Easy. Jeremy,
we love you, buddy. All right, so up next, if I can get my fingers to work for us, we Aganorsa Arsenio.
Yes, the Arsenio.
And good old boy Stump's going to tell us about that.
The newest addition to the Aganorsa leaf lineup is named for the late Arsenio Ramos.
I
apologize for that mispronunciation. Aganorsa, who is a famed blender born in Cuba. Ramos spent more than 4 decades working the state-run tobacco company in Cuba before. Someone just screamed in the background. I was like, okay. He worked in Cuba before leaving there in 2000 and heading to Nicaragua. Ramos would then be
I think it's
fundamental. Manufacturing the Aganorsa factory of Esteli. Criollo, 98, Nicaraguan. Filler, Nicaraguan. Wrapper, Corojo. So when you're looking at binder, wrapper, filler on this cigar, it seems like kind of a basic light to medium body. If you're a heavy smoker, I would definitely say it's a light to medium. If you're a medium smoker, you know what I'm saying.
Flip a coin.
Yeah. But here's what I have to say about this cigar. First of all, he is truly and was, before his passing, legendary.
Wait for it. Dairy. Yeah.
Legendary cigar blender, and blended some of my favorite sticks, actually, that I smoke still today. But this cigar, I'm probably not the nerdiest person to talk about this stick, but this is a complicated blend.
Complex?
No, it's complicated. It's complicated and complex, because the first thing you'll notice is most cigars that are crafted well should be shifting the profile as you smoke it.
Yeah, your first third, second third, third.
But you don't always notice it. You just don't always notice it. Sometimes they say it does, but you don't always notice it. This one is literally like shifting gears in a car. So it starts out very mild, and you're kind of like, I expected more, especially with the Corojo in there. But then as you smoke it, it ramps up. And literally when I got to the last third, it was very robust, very flavorful. And that was one of the cigars at the show. When I finished it, I actually could have lit up another one and continued the journey. So props to Aganorsa. I think they really, really, really did an excellent job on this cigar.
So we did an Aganorsa episode recently, and you can find that wherever you find our podcast. Our good old boy Mike's going to tell me the name of that episode here in a second. However, I had a different experience with this cigar.
Yeah, tell me.
So I think you're spot on with the final third. absolutely. But the first and second third were very, very mild, almost to the point where it reminded me of like an older Davidoff, like a 2000 series, like very musty, that earth taste, that very musty feel to it. And I'm not sure what brings that, if it's the soil or if it's the climate in which it's grown, the leaves, but it's very much kind of like a dry and dusty cigar. Almost.
I would say, knowing you, the cigar actually isn't for you.
Say more.
It's too complicated for you.
I'm saying the cigar is not for you because you do like full-throttled, balls to the wall cigars.
Oh, I love cigars. That episode, folks, is there's a lunatic in the house.
Okay, there you go. Call back.
What up?
It's every episode.
But
right?
do you hear what I'm throwing down?
No, say it again for the people in the back.
So you've already had 6 cigars today.
4, 5. Yeah. Let's go.
You were 6 because one you chucked out, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that one for sure.
Here's the thing. You are a full throttle cigar smoker. This is,
or just a person.
Okay, when these cigars come in, when I get them, and I'm getting them, very excited about them, we're going to sit down early in the day and smoke it again.
Okay.
I just think that you're so full throttle that you're not maybe you can't appreciate that. I'm not saying you're unable, but
no. I think that definitely the more you smoke over a prolonged period, definitely changes your taste buds. And no matter what you put in that, what you pair that with, whether it be a bourbon or a Sprite or a water or a coffee or a café con leche, whatever you decide to put with that cigar will bring out different notes. And I think that.
So you're saying it was just too mild for you in the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah. And the last third you liked the best.
I did like the last third.
Yeah.
Point proven. And honestly, so I smoked a cigar maybe 3 days ago, and it was like an end of the day smoke. Now, even though I hadn't had anything else throughout the day, right, because I was just getting home from work and doing all that kind of thing, I also tend to be full-bodied,
we know,
heavy kind of smoke, right?
Hey, girl.
And hearing you describe the shifting of the gears, right, absolutely makes me want to go back and have it as like a lunchtime, like first moment of the day kind of smoke, right?
First date.
Yeah. This is a first date smoke.
My first date.
Right?
I'm just going to.
And revisit it just like you're saying, like fresh palate, first thing, and be able to really feel those shifts and go from that kind of lighter medium into, the
full body
fifth
aspect.
Gear, windows down, letting her eat,
tires burning.
Yeah,
I love it. I think that's great. But as far as it goes, like, it's not that I didn't enjoy the cigar. Like, I enjoyed the cigar. I just thought that the first 2/3 of the cigar were not what I had expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of had to agree with Michael on this one a little bit because I felt the first 2/3 was a little bland, but it got really good. I do feel like it was a really good smoke. I think Josh's recommendation is probably, I have another one, so I'm going to take your recommendation.
I'm going to take them up, and when it comes in, you call me up.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I did feel like getting towards the end, it got really good. And I love that in a cigar. I love it when I can smoke a cigar and get down to the end and just like, ooh, I want more.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I for me, and we've talked about this in the past too, branding is very important. Your labels, how you look on the shelf. And this cigar has a paper wrap 2/3 of the way up it. It's really appealing to me.
Did you take it off?
I did.
Before you lit it?
No, maybe that might have been my problem. Maybe I smoked the paper. No, but like the branding is important, and it's very subtle. The branding that they chose for this cigar is subtle.
My nerd is showing.
And I think that for me, I will definitely try this cigar again. I'm not writing it off, if that makes any sense.
I feel like you're never going to smoke it again.
I feel like you never are.
Well,
but he will if he gets one free from me.
I will, that's for sure.
Smoke anything that's free.
Sure, I'll smoke anything that's free. All right, let's give it a rating, boys. What do we think? Ooh, that's 5's got us. All right. Well, up next, Benjamin's going to go over the Drew Estates S84 Blackened.
Yeah, so this is the Drew Estate S84 Shade to Black.
Ooh,
That's what
tell
they
me
called
more.
it. Following the resounding success of Drew Estate's partnership with Blackened Whiskey, Blackened Cigars M81 Maduro to the core in 2022, Drew Estate announces the new Connecticut Shade wrap brand release and shipping of Blackened S84 Shade to Black. The cigars are a passion project between Rob Dietrich, the master distiller and blender of Blackened Whiskey, James Hatfield, Metallica co-founder, singer, and guitarist, and Jonathan Drew, founder and president of Drew Estate. James Hetfield of Metallica shares his excitement, stating, "Shade to Black is more than just a cigar for us. It's a celebration of passion and a tribute to the craftsman who strives for excellence in their lives." A few talking points. Binder, Connecticut River Valley Broadleaf Maduro. Filler, Nicaraguan Maduro and Pennsylvania Broadleaf Maduro. Wrapper, Connecticut, Ecuador. Yeah, man. Yeah, so Drew Estates is obviously well established, you know.
Yeah, man.
So the Shade of Black, it was okay. I
didn't like it.
It was okay, right?
I just smoked it today.
Yeah.
My thoughts on it are this. It is, again, first of all, it's a Drew Estate. Secondly, it is created for mainline consumers. It is not created, I think, for mega cigar smokers. I think it's created...
It's like that one Metallica album, Reload.
Oh, come on. That's unfair. Metallica's amazing. They never did
until the Black
bad.
Album.
What? You are literally...
Awesome. Thank you.
This is not a music podcast.
Is this the Saint Anger of cigars? Is that what we're saying?
Oh, yes. It's the Saint
That snare.
Well, okay. It
oh,
can't,
my God. You wrote it. That's right. That snare on Saint Anger.
It can't be the Saint. It's too mild to be Saint Anger.
Oh, I love it. That snare. The ping, ping, ping.
This cigar is made for people who are going out golfing and they only smoke once a quarter. And
yes,
I meet these people all the time in a retail setting, and they go, "Oh, going golfing with my buddies. Do you have a blah, 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 blah?" Yes, here is a perfect cigar for you. The Metallica celebrity endorsed, very mild cigar. Here's my only thing. Hetfield is not smoking this cigar. That's all I'm saying.
This is a bachelor party cigar.
This is a bachelor party cigar. Absolutely. This is I smoke once a quarter. I'm hanging out with the father-in-law trying to be nice. And I think, again, when we're looking at ratings and suggesting, we have to look and see what is the purpose of this particular product. So this product, I think, is designed for that consumer, and therefore I would actually rate it higher than you guys were. But again, the cigar is not made for me.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. You're making a valid point, and I'm not arguing that point. I'm just saying for my taste profile, and we all know if we listen to this podcast, I'm not perfect. My taste profile is not perfect, but it's mine. So I will own that. And I got halfway through the cigar and put it down. I couldn't smoke it. I couldn't finish it.
And life is too short to finish a cigar that you don't enjoy.
Right. Life's too short.
So I don't disagree that you shouldn't have put it down, but I'm saying this cigar is for someone. Most people that have smoked it that I have witnessed have really liked it, but I also don't put that cigar in the hand of a very experienced full-bodied smoker.
Sure, I get that. Now,
I would absolutely take some of these with me out on the golf course if I had a buddy that didn't smoke.
Right.
I'll buy that.
100%.
He's not going to throw up after smoking.
Not at all.
I'll buy that, and I definitely wholeheartedly agree with that statement. I agree with you on that statement. However, coming from the first release, I think it was the S81. Is that what it was? The S.
Yes.
The Blackened. I really liked that cigar.
Okay,
and it hurt my feelings
again
that this wasn't in the same profile.
Again, the marketing campaign for that cigar was, "This is heavy metal." I had experienced cigar smokers who were like, "I can't wait for this cigar to release. It's going to be the heaviest, boldest Metallica thing that Drew Estate has ever put out." And it was a medium body, in my opinion.
No,
it
100%. 100%.
But the marketing said it was full throttle. Yeah. It's Blackened.
Isn't that kind of what Metallica is, though?
Well, kind of, yeah.
They're kind of like the heavy metal for the mainstream.
Yeah, I mean, since the Black album,
I mean, absolutely, since the Black album, I don't, and I'm like Josh, I don't put them down for it. I mean, they know where the money's at.
Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying it's not my profile. It's not. You. I don't. However,
I think
let's give it a rating.
Is that your opinion is irrelevant here.
That's fine. Let's give it a rating. What do we got here, boys?
I'll give it a 3.
It's gonna go 3. I got outvoted. That's okay. Story of my life. All right, up next, I'm going to go over the Espinosa Year of the Dragon. It's a 6x52, and they only made 500 boxes of these. We actually got an opportunity to talk to the owner of Espinosa while we were at PCA. Espinosa. Thank you. I'm horrible at this. If you haven't figured that out by now, then stick with us or listen to any previous episode and I'll stumble over words.
Kentucky coming out.
That's fine. That's the Kentucky in me. That's fine. This guy is awesome and I love this product. So here we go. Antonio Marucchi President. I'm horrible. I'm sorry. I apologize. Your name is... I can't do it. It's just me. I can't read.
Just go with the initials.
Once again.
Yeah. He's the president of JM Tobacco. Stated in a press release, we are thrilled to bring the 2024 Espanola Year of the Dragon to our discerning customers in a limited edition of 500 boxes worldwide. This release signifies our dedication to proving aficionados with a unique and extraordinary smoking experience, making the Year of a Dragon a true JM Tobacco fashion. Now, the binder and filler are not disclosed, but the wrapper is an Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper. I absolutely loved this cigar. I think that it was very much a medium to mild body cigar. The more you got in it, the more complex it got. Unlike the blackened. However, I definitely think that if you find these at any of your retailers, there's only 500 boxes. Give them a try. Check them out. Did you get to try one?
Oh, I was going to, but you stopped me.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
You told me we had to come in here and record, so.
Oh, so you're going to smoke it today.
Yeah,
it's on deck.
Yeah.
What's the price on this one? Having a Year of the Dragon.
No I didn't look at the price point on it at all. But I would definitely say I hadn't given Espanola. I'm going to get it eventually.
Doubtful.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's fine. I'll take that. I'm definitely going to... I've been giving more of their profiles a shot, and so far everything I've smoked from them has been pretty good. And they're in my ring gauge, so they're a smaller ring gauge. That 52 ring gauge, 52 to 56 is probably my sweet spot. I don't know how some of you go, but it was kind of like a Petit Lancero almost in its size. Do you got one there? Can you show it the guys? This one? So maybe not a Petit Lancero, maybe
that's
like
a Toro.
That's a Toro.
6x52, MSRP is $12.50.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
$12.50 MSRP. So I really enjoyed the cigar, and I love their branding. It's very subtle, very small bands. They let the cigar speak for themselves, from what I can understand, and I really enjoy that part about that. So, let's go and give it a rating. Well, I guess I'm going to give it a rating.
I think,
and I'm going to rate that thing a 4.
No, surprise.
Magnificent.
So
good job, Barger.
Right. Thanks, man. Dude. I'm trying here, guys. I'm trying. I'm only good enough for what you guys can help me with. So up next is the Jake Wyatt Herbert Spencer. So, Rich, you're going to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, let me jump on this one. Herbert Spencer is made with rich aged San Andreas Maduro wrapper, coupled with a smooth, bold, medium, full Dominican blend with hints of spice and smoothness that must be experienced. And since the wrapper, binder, and fillers were just mentioned, I guess I don't need to go over that. Now, this one was interesting to me. It was interesting when I saw Herbert Spencer. That kind of keyed off the nerdiness in me. I had done a paper about Herbert Spencer in college and ended up having a pretty cool conversation about it and kind of why they named it that. I don't know if you guys know anything about Herbert Spencer. He's a 19th century philosopher. He was kind of a Renaissance man. He coined the phrase survival of the fittest. I think one of his most famous quotes is contempt prior to investigation, which if you know, you know. And so these guys were just passionate about making this cigar that kind of represented this guy. So I thought it was really smooth. It had some spice to it, good flavoring, very well constructed. I loved it. Anybody else had a chance to look
I
at this
absolutely
one?
love this cigar.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think Jake Wyatt Cigar Company does a great job.
Shout out Big Tony.
Yeah, decorative.
Big Tony.
Right? It's got some of the head and the foot of the cigar have a different shade leaf, and that's part of their branding, which I think is super cool. And the cigar does not suck. I've smoked 2 Jake Wyatts. It's not something that is readily available in our market here. And
we need to talk to Happy, get him out of here.
Not a fan.
Well, let's give it a rating here, guys. Let's go ahead and throw it up. We're going to give it a 4 around the board. We've only
magnificent.
Every time. We got a few more left here, guys. There's 4 more on the list, so bear with us here. What we're going to go over next is the Crown Heads Cornita Maduro that Stump's going to go over here.
Yes, the Cornita Maduro. One brand, 2 countries. That's the idea behind the Cornita. The newest line from the Nashville-based cigar maker Crown Heads. The Habano version is made in Nicaragua at the Naxa factory, while the Maduro is produced by Ernesto Perez Carriello at the Casa Carriello factory. Okay. So, filler, Dominican Republic, Nicaraguan, and Pennsylvania. Binder, Ecuadorian. Wrapper, Mexican, San Andreas. So, I've actually smoked both blends.
It's Ecuadorian, Connecticut. It's an Ecuadorian, Connecticut.
Yeah, what did I say?
You just said Ecuadorian.
Well, it's also Ecuadorian, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. That's fair. Just for the listeners, they got to get it all.
Any less Ecuadorian?
Right. Nope, doesn't make it any less Ecuadorian. Great work. I think it fits very much in the Crown Heads profile. It's earthy. It's toothy.
Oh, yeah.
Toothy.
Yeah, and much like where we started, these 2 blends. Where did we start with CAO Night Day? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, for sure.
So in a way, I mean, I can't say this without. Yes, it's the same vibe of like lighter,
darker.
Yeah,
for sure.
Fuller body, earthy.
Yeah,
toothy. Very, very crown headsies.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed the cigar myself. I'm a big. We all know I'm a huge Crown Heads fanboy for life for sure. What about you guys?
It hits that middle of the road for Crown Heads for me. They have things out that I really love, and they have things out that are hit or miss for me. And so, this is, for me, this is not the one that I'm reaching for.
Sure. Rich?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It's pretty good, but probably choose another brand or another one of their lines over this one.
Sure. Absolutely. So
Same
what
brand.
are we going to rate it?
Brand.
We're going to go 3 across the board. Up next is Natura Cigars. I was the only one that actually got a cigar here, so I'm going to go solo on this time first. I'm sorry, guys. This is their first harvest blend. And honestly, their booth was kind of small, but the master roller was there. The master, the guy that blends them, the master blender was there. Sorry, I'm a couple of bourbons in here, folks. Let's go. The master blender was there, and he was really, really nice. And the lady that was talking to me about the cigars was fantastic at explaining what this is. So their first harvest, what I got here is not much about this blend. Is they didn't give us any binder filler wrapper information about this, first of all. So there's not much info about the blend. But on this one, there's only 7,000 of these cigars were made. And what they say online about it is Altura First Harvest was born in the first growing cycle of a highland field in an area uncommon for growing tobacco due to its cold, rainy, mountainous location. So they're growing these tobaccos on the top of the mountain where they live instead of the valley, which in my mind is just, wow, I can't believe you're doing that. But that's it. The first harvest is described as a pure cigar. Its wrapper, binder, and filler were harvested in the same Altura farm. The tobacco leaves were dried, fermented at low temperatures, which took almost triple the normal time. These conditions allowed for essential oils and other properties to remain in the tobacco leaves. If you can find this cigar at your retail shop, buy it. Buy it. This is a small mom and pop factory, Natura Cigars. They're making a name for themselves, and man, they are making a name for themselves. I would smoke this cigar any time of day. And my rating for that's going to be a 5. Okay, so up next, we're going to have Ben talking to us about the Joya de Nicaragua Cinco de Cinco.
Sweet Joya de Nicaragua Cinco de Cinco. Seeking boldness and genius from them, our master blenders meticulously reviewed hundreds of blending records and through tabulation and co-creation achieved a perfect scoring recipe, inspired by amigos, blended by maestros, crafted for those in the know.
In the know.
The Cinco de Cinco is Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and filler. This is one of those brands that brought me into cigar smoking.
Sure.
I've always smoked Joya de Nicaragua. I will always smoke Joya de Nicaragua. And the experience that I had at the booth at PCA with the people from Joya de Nicaragua, they're passionate.
Christian is awesome.
Dude, they really care about what they do.
Absolutely.
And I don't have a Joya de Nicaragua cigar that I do not enjoy. And this is at the top of that list.
And we have an episode with them this year coming.
Love that. This Cinco de Cinco is incredible. It's been out in our local market for a few months now. If you can find one, buy 2 or 5.
Yeah.
This is a great smoke.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Rich, what do you think?
I agree.
Yeah, Stump?
I would agree. I like the cigar a lot.
So let's throw our rating up. What do we got here, boys? What do we got? We got 5s across the board. Only
thing I would say about add to that cigar is you're going to pay a little bit more, but I think it's worth it.
Absolutely. Every penny that you put into that cigar is worth every puff. Every puff,
Ooh.
In my opinion. Every penny for your puff. Trademark.
Hamburger for Tuesday.
That's right. We got one last cigar here on the list, boys. Uno Mas, and it's going to be the Cohiba Series M 2024 Reserva Rojo. And Josh here is going to tell us all about it.
Well, it's a Cohiba, and it's a Series M. And it is made in collaboration with El Titan de Bronze, which is, if you don't know, a very, very good thing.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
El Titan, they're shaking things up. And so it is one of the finest boutique cigar manufacturers in the world, and I agree with that. And Mama's Little Havana neighborhood is where it's located with the skill hands of El Titan.
I think that's Miami.
Level 9 rollers, yeah.
Miami. I don't think Mama's Little Neighborhood.
Yeah, Miami's Little Havana neighborhood.
Mama's Little Neighborhood.
Yeah,
Little neighborhood.
Ocho in Mama's Little Havana neighborhood.
So this is, if I'm correct, Willie Herrera's mother.
Okay.
Factory, who is doing some really interesting boutique stuff with a big mega corporation, General Cigars.
Yeah.
Some really interesting stuff that I think you'll be talking about in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I am not a huge fan of Cohiba.
Really?
I'm not.
That surprises me.
It is, because I believe there's a lot of marketing added to it. Now, granted, a lot of people love Cohiba. It's not my go-to. I will say, the Series M, if there is a Cohiba I'm going to smoke, it is the Series M. I actually think it was better than last year's Weller.
Absolutely.
I think it's probably the best Cohiba that's ever come out. So my view on this cigar would be different than kind of how I view Cohibas in general.
I could not agree more.
You do? You agree with me?
I agree with you. So Cohiba's not really my thing. There's one or two in their blend from the old days that I enjoy. You know, I'm not even a fan of the Cuban styles Cohibas. That's just not my jam. This cigar, I really enjoyed this cigar. I smoked it and it was fantastic. I wanted to smoke another one.
So this one definitely takes on some of that influence from the other El Tita and DeBron's brands. And I think that what Stump is alluding to is spot on. This is very good for Cohiba.
Yeah.
To have the brain trust that makes these blends. Cause some of the other things that they put out are, you know, some of my top 5 like favorite cigar brands.
Absolutely. Rich, what'd you think?
I'll be honest, I didn't smoke it because I saw that it was a Cohiba.
Gotcha.
I mean, but I'm gonna. So, yeah, absolutely. After this, for sure.
We got a chance to talk to Sean Williams about this cigar at the PCA, and it was great. It was him talking to us about his passion and going through the cigar, and we had a really good time with it. So that binder, binder filler wrapper that you didn't mention, the binder is a Nicaraguan Corojo. It's the filler is Dominican and Nicaraguan, and the wrapper is a Nicaraguan Corojo. So let's give it a rating, boys. What do we got? We got 4s across the board here. So we don't have a whole lot of...
Magnificent.
Again, every time. So we don't have a whole lot of time here, so we're not going to get into discussing the topics, but in the future we will talk more about PCA, about the booth layout, and about all of our conversations, but you can follow those on Instagram, and you can follow us on Instagram, not those. You can follow us on Instagram and check out some of our interviews that we did. But everything in life is worth discussing for sure. So great stuff we had today. I want to wrap up today's Smokes episode with the PCA. I appreciate you guys tuning in with us and sticking us down that rabbit hole. I'd like to thank our host in order, good old boy Stump. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good old boy Rich.
Glad to be here.
Good old boy Benjamin.
Thanks for having me.
And this is good old boy Barker. I'm not Bob Barker's kid. Good old boy Barger.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I could be. Who knows? Good old boy Barger signing off. And listen, keep on smoking no matter what it is, folks. And we definitely appreciate you for tuning in and sticking with us. And y'all have a good night.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're listening to us online, do yourself a favor and tap
it in.
The subscribe button.
Give it a little tappy. Tap-a-roo.
The easiest way to listen to our show is to ask Siri, Alexa, Google, Uncle Larry, or whoever it is that talks to you on your phone. Play podcast Sip, Suds, and Smokes. We love your feedback, and you can reach us at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com. Our tasting notes flow out on Twitter and Instagram with our handle @SipSudsAndSmokes, and our Facebook page is always buzzing with lots of news. You'll also be able to interact with the thousands,
millions, and millions
of other fans on those social media platforms. Do us a favor. Take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well. Come back, join us for another episode, and keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sip, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see y'all next time.